When a cabinet secretary can't even name the programs inside his own agency, let alone defend why critical health divisions were gutted, you know the hearing's about to explode. And that's exactly what happened when Angela Alsobrooks went toe-to-toe with Robert F. Kennedy Jr., telling him to his face that he's the wrong man for the job.
Senator Alsobrooks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, I'm over here. I've been sitting through this hearing all day today and have noted that you've been unable, in most instances, to answer any specific questions relating to your agency.
Because I haven't been given time.
Well, no, you have been given time, but the point of the matter is you've been unable to answer specific questions. Sir, you are the wrong person for this job, and you had in this hearing today the unmitigated gall to say at the beginning of your testimony that China is ahead of the United States in healthcare because China does not have DEI.
I didn't say that.
Well, we can roll back the tape. You absolutely did
And you will
say
find
that.
I didn't say that.
That is absolutely what you said.
I was talking about science. I didn't say they're ahead of us. They're ahead of us in some forms of science, certainly not in healthcare.
Well, we can roll back the tape, but nonetheless, let me go on with my questions and ask you this. You just heard about the Safe to Sleep campaign, and you have made cuts. You made it very clear here today. You have no knowledge whatsoever of the absolutely amazing scientists and researchers who you have callously fired. You know nothing about the cuts.
You didn't fire any working scientists, Senator.
That, sir, is not true either. But nonetheless,
But it is true.
It is not true. Let me ask you another specific question. The Safe to Sleep campaign. Well, then can you name, sir, which office the Safe to Sleep campaign operates out of?
The which campaign?
Well, that's the one that the senator just asked you about 2 minutes ago that prevents babies from dying in their sleep. A 30-year program inside your agency. You would agree that it's important.
I think it's part of HRSA or ACF. It's ACF.
No, actually, it's in Health and Human Services.
Yeah.
And I think, and again,
Now, they're all within Health and Human Services, but the subdivision is ACF.
no, actually, the name of the office.
Administration of Children and Families.
No, let me tell you what it is. The National Institute of Child Health and Human Development. This is actually the one that your aunt, Eunice Kennedy Shriver, is the person who it's named after. And you noted just a moment ago, the senator reminded you that although this is a very important agency, prevents babies from dying, this is the same one you fired every single person in this office as of April the 1st. It is also—
As I said, there were no working scientists fired during the RIF.
We can bring you that information later, but because what you just said is not true. Well, then the question also is, in addition to firing the individuals who make sure babies don't die in their sleep, why did you cut funding and staff from the CDC's National Center on Birth Defects and Developmental Disabilities, which supports the Special Olympics? Was that a mistake? I've heard you say you've made some mistakes today. Was that also a mistake?
We switched those programs to the Administration for Healthy America. They have not been cut.
Well, the funding has been cut, and this is one that oversaw the Special Olympics. Are you aware of that?
We have not cut the Special Olympics.
You've cut the funding, and you also dismantled the Division of Reproductive Health and Women's Health and Fertility. You're aware of that, right?
We have, right now, we have 42 divisions that do maternal health, and we're consolidating them. And the mainstream media has portrayed those as cuts, but they're not cuts, they're consolidations. It's ridiculous to have 42 divisions that are all supposed to be doing the same thing with their own administrators.
Well, let me ask you a question. So it doesn't exist right now. It's been dismantled. That is a fact. That particular division, what you plan to do in the—
There's 42 divisions on maternal health. We consolidated.
Sir, let me finish what I'm saying here. The fact of the matter is you have dismantled it as we speak. And are you aware, what does the assisted reproductive technology mean to you? Are you familiar with that?
Are you talking about IVF?
Well, it's assisted reproductive technology. It's a division. Do you know what it does?
Is it part of NIH?
No, it's actually a part of your agency. It's a
Oh,
part.
NIH is part of my
But a
agency,
part of
Senator.
it.
You should know that.
I do know that, but it's actually a part of, it's the CDC is where it is.
Okay, then it's CDC.
Right, okay. Let me just ask you, yeah, and again, these are all of the things you seem unfamiliar with, the ones, the programs that you've cut.
You're
Let me just ask you-
unfamiliar with my agency, that NIH and CDC are part of HHS.
Oh, I absolutely know. NIH is in my county. I was there this past weekend with the
I know that.
researchers that you have fired. So I absolutely know where NIH is, sir, and don't need any help from you in knowing that. I see the time. Thank you.
Senator Blunt.
Angela Alsobrooks did not hold back in this hearing. What makes this exchange so striking isn't just the sharp tone, it's the substance of her criticism. She's pointing to something very concrete, that Robert F. Kennedy Jr., as secretary, has shown an alarming lack of knowledge about programs that are literally designed to save lives. When you have an official leading one of the nation's most critical health agencies, you expect them to know the basics: where programs are housed, what divisions are responsible for what, and how decisions about funding and staffing are impacting ordinary Americans. Instead, what we saw was RFK Jr. stumbling over details, misplacing divisions, and even getting confused about reproductive health technology. This wasn't just about memory lapses, it spoke to a deeper issue of credibility and preparedness. Alsobrooks highlighted the Safe to Sleep campaign, a decades-old initiative that prevents infant deaths. Not knowing the office behind it would be embarrassing enough, but what made it worse is that his administration had already slashed staff connected to the program. That means it wasn't just about a knowledge gap, it was about policy choices with real human consequences. Parents across the country rely on these programs, and cuts like this can literally mean lives lost. She also pressed him on the Special Olympics, women's health, and divisions that deal with fertility and reproductive technology. These are not marginal issues, they're central to American families. When Alsobrooks told him, flat out, "You are the wrong person for this job," it hit hard, because viewers could see the evidence piling up right in front of them. This wasn't partisan bickering for soundbites, it was a Democrat demanding accountability from someone who, despite his famous name, has struggled to demonstrate the competence expected of a cabinet-level leader. And that's what makes this moment so powerful. It wasn't just a clash of personalities, it was a clash between accountability and excuse-making. If you want leaders who understand the programs that keep families safe, you can't afford to have people who are confused about the basics of their own agency. And that's the lesson here. Titles don't make someone qualified, actions do. And that's exactly why exchanges like this matter. They show us, in real time, whether the people in charge actually know how to do the job we're paying them to do. Stay tuned with Left Lens, where we cut through the noise and bring you the real conversations shaping our democracy. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and share this video so more people can understand what's really at stake. Stay tuned with Left Lens, where we cut through the noise and bring you the real conversations shaping our democracy.